All right, welcome to the Oregon X Live on the Voice of College Football. I'm Bjorn, and I'm joined by Brendan and Brody. And on this pod, we're going to be talking about some recent commits to the Ducks real quick. And then most of the pod's going to be about predicting the two-deep depth chart for 2026. We're going to be going through all the positions, providing two guys for every position. And then we'll finish off with another one of our drafts. It's going to be probably a quicker pod than most, but we'll get through it. You guys ready? Ready to get into it?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So over the past couple of days, I think it was Sunday or Monday, 2 3-star offensive tackles, Avery Michael and Drew Fielder, committed to the Ducks in the 2027 class. And then today, both Dayton Raiola, Dylan's brother, 3-star, he's going to play tight end in college. He committed, and then Anthony Jones, another Anthony Jones, as part of the 2026 class, committed. He's a 3-star, 4-star on some sites. And then a couple days ago, Howard transferred defensive lineman Derek Brown Jr. committed to Oregon as well. Do you guys have any initial takeaways on those additions?
I can get us started here. Anthony Jones one was interesting just because we already have an Anthony Jones. So I saw that and I was like, what? But no, he was committed to UCLA for a while, and then he ended up decommitting, and he actually ended up being the last 2026 to commit. So that'll be interesting, to see his career shape out. But another Anthony Jones can't go wrong. Pretty excited about both of them. And then our two offensive lineman commits for 2027. I believe one of them is listed as a 4-star on some sites as well. But with the 2027 rankings, it's early. So, they kind of don't give out high rankings yet. And, guys will rise and they'll fall in the high school recruiting rankings. So we're excited to follow their senior year of high school and see how they develop as players and what kind of impact they can provide us in 2 years.
Brody?
Honestly, I haven't watched any film on any of these guys yet, but I trust Dan and that whole crew to make good decisions on depth pieces and kids that got potential. So just excited every time we get a commit.
Yeah, I thought the Dayton Raiola one is particularly interesting just because he's Dylan's brother. He was committed as a quarterback. He was a 3-star 2026 class. He's committed to Nebraska. Man, he decommitted in, I think it was November. And now he's switching positions to tight end. I've seen H-back floated out there. He's only 6'1", 205, so he's going to have to put on a lot of weight if he's going to contribute. So he's got a very slight frame. Dylan's definitely got him on the size. But, I think Derek Brown Jr., good depth piece. He had, I think, 56 tackles in the last 2 seasons, a couple sacks. And we lost a lot of guys there. So,
our defensive line was kind of just absolutely picked apart in the portal this year. We lost a lot of talented players. I've seen also a lot of people talking about how Oregon's on a downtrend, with their portal rankings, just because the last 2 years previously we've had phenomenal portal classes. We've been getting guys for years who turn out to be superstars, and one of them is playing on Sunday. Christian Gonzalez transferred in from Colorado, playing in the Super Bowl. But people are saying, "Oh, Oregon's not doing that this year." And I think what people don't realize is that Dan has done a great job of recruiting, and he recruits his guys. So he has faith in the guys that he brings in. He doesn't need to worry about going to hit the portal for guys that are going to be more impactful right away, and all that kind of stuff. He just trusts the guys that he recruits, and I think it's good to see that he's willing to develop his players. That's a sign of a good coach, that he can evaluate talent in the portal, but he can also develop a guy to be successful. We've already seen it with a lot of our young talent, and I'm just excited to see what they can do in the future.
Yeah, and I think that's a big part of why they didn't have a huge a lot of incoming guys in the portals, that they do have that young talent. The 25 freshman class was so talented and very impactful. They didn't really need a ton of portal additions. A lot of those spots are filled by young guys, and we're gonna see it a lot when we go through the 2 deep. is there just aren't a ton of holes for talent, like the top talented transfers to really fill. They'd be competing against other guys, and that's not what guys are looking for when they're in the portal. They're looking for guaranteed starting spots, and there's not a lot across this roster.
Yeah.
We can get into the 2 deep. If you guys are ready.
Yeah, I'm excited.
You guys want to start offense, defense?
Birdie, what do you want?
I don't care. Offense is fine.
All right.
We'll start with offense.
Quarterback, I got Dylan Raiola and then Dante Moore. Just kidding. Dante starter, Raiola second. I'm guessing you guys have the same thing.
I also have I have Brock also just slotted in there just in case Dylan isn't ready to go beginning of the season. But I mean, it's the same thing.
He's also a redshirt candidate too, so Brock is going to factor in there if Raiola does decide, like, gets through the first 5 or 6 games, doesn't see a snap, and it's like, or does see a couple snaps in two of the first 6 games, then Brock might take over late in the season, in those backup reps. But running back, I have 2 starters here: Jordan Davison, De'Aaron Hill, and then I have DeJuan Riggs as kind of that third kind of backup technically. What do you guys got?
Yeah, I have the same thing, Davison and Hill starting, and then also wanted to shout out Tredarion Bell, potentially getting some reps in there with DeQuan Riggs. So,
yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's Tredarion Ball. He's a Ball brother.
Ball. It is Ball. I just accidentally mistyped Ball.
No, you're good. But no, I watched his film. That kid might impact right away. He's another Jordan Davison, De'Aaron Hill type.
Yeah, he's a stud for sure.
Someone else to keep in mind is the transfer from Colorado. I believe he started out his career at Texas A&M. He got injured at Colorado. He's a grad transfer. He's an older guy, veteran presence, someone who's been in college football for a long time, which is kind of what you need with how young our running back room will be. I mean, De'Aaron Hill and Davison have some experience, but it's nice to have kind of some veteran leadership in the locker room. So if people are concerned about that, that is something that we have. We have some age and some experience in there, which will really help out.
Yeah. I did make this before the transfer became official, but I think he'll probably end up being slotted in that third RB role behind Davison and Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've seen with injuries that's no position group is going to stay healthy across the entire season. So there's going to be a game where Simeon Price is going to need to step up. DeJuan Riggs is going to need to step up to help out either De'Aaron or Jordan. So depth of that position is super important, as we saw last year with injuries late in the year. And then wide receiver, Brody, do you want to start with your picks here?
Yeah, so for our X receiver, I have Evan Stewart first, and then I have Jeremiah McClellan in that second string, kind of that 4th-string receiver role where he could probably fill in at Z or at slot, but just kind of like that 4th guy coming off. So, do you want me to do all 3, or do you just want?
Yeah, you can go all 3.
Yeah.
Okay, and then at F or slot, I have Iverson Hooks. The transfer, and then Dak Moore I kind of have as that backup slot receiver, and then Dylan Gresham potentially making some noise, getting some play time, and then at Z kind of that faster guy.
Hold on. So you have DeCorian as a backup slot.
No. So you gotta let me finish my starters, but I think he'll be kind of used as like a versatility type of guy, and then at Z, kind of that speedier guy. Getting a lot of those screens and like running DBs off. I have Dak Moore starting at Z, and then Gatlin Bear coming in and backing him up. So I think it's more realistic to say that Dak Moore is going to be that second guy in the slot behind Hooks, rather than saying like Dylan Gresham's going to be that 4th consistent guy. I think it's going to be a consistent 4 receiver rotation between Stewart, Hooks, Moore, and McClellan. So,
yeah, I mean that's kind of where I have. I don't really have. I feel like our receiver room is very positionless. They're all the exact same receiver in my opinion, which is my biggest complaint. if you can guard one of them, you can guard all 6 of them, and that's a problem. And we've seen that problem throughout being Duck fans. Our receivers are always they always struggle. But I'm kind of in the same boat here. I got Hooks as a starter, Stewart as a starter, and Dak Moore as a starter. And then in those backup roles, guys that could potentially McClellan will obviously rotate in. I don't know if he'll be listed as a starter like right away, but he could definitely. There's a world where he takes Hooks' spot or takes Dak's spot, or even Eastou's spot. I mean, McClellan's a very talented receiver. But then I have Lott and Gatlin Bear in there. Just again, young guys who will probably have an impact. I mean, Oregon does a good job with just having young guys be very impactful. I mean, Dylan Gresham's another guy you could throw in there, but he's coming off a pretty severe neck injury. I just have a little bit more faith in some of our young guys and the way that Dan likes to run his or I guess not. I guess it was Will Stein. But I guess the way that Dan has his offense run, it's just, it's a positionless wide receiver room.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing with Drew Maringer coming in. He's going to have the same sort of positionless offense, and you're going to see the tight ends play slot sometimes as a big slot. So that's going to take. I mean, it's a super talented receiver room, but with the way that they use Jamari Johnson and Sadiq out wide, I don't even know if you're going to see all 6 contribute. I think it's going to be a top 4, and then I think Dylan Gresham and Gatlin Bear are going to be the kind of the odd man out. But again,
Lott. I don't know if Jalen Lott's going to be an impact guy right away, but
he could be a gadget guy.
He's the number 1 receiver in the class, so according to Rivals, so he could be really that guy. When I watched his film, I wasn't like, oh my god, this guy's going to be generational, but he looked good. I mean, he's fast, explosive. He played in Texas. Again, it feels like Dak Moore 2.0. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. He's good for all. He could be good for 600 yards, and a couple touchdowns here and there. But
yeah, it's very very positionless. And then so we can move on to tight ends. I have Jamari Johnson, and I think Kendra Harrison, 5-star coming in, is going to be over Andrew Olish, because Olish, he didn't do anything. He's a 5-star in the 2025 class. He didn't really do anything at Penn State. Didn't record a catch, and his stock kind of dropped. He was only a 3-star transfer portal guy. So obviously the talent's still there, but I just think Kendra Harrison is a beast, and he's close to the Jamari Johnson mold too. Just big, physical, huge catch radius, fast, and that's what the Duck offense loves. So those are my 2 guys.
Yeah, I think Kendra looks freaky, but I had Olish as my number 2 tight end just because of 1 extra year of experience. I don't think he would transfer without a clear plan for him to play like Jamari did this year. So that's what I got.
Yeah, I mean, I also have Jamari obviously is the number 1 tight end, and then I have Keandre Harrison as my number 2. But I could really see Olish, having an impact. I believe he redshirted at Penn State, so he's just a redshirt freshman. He was a 5-star. The kid was talented. I guess he just didn't really find the field up at Penn State. I don't know what it was. Maybe he wasn't that guy, but I have a hard time believing that Dan would, almost prioritize his commitment right away. I mean, he was one of the first guys we ended up landing in the portal cycle. If he didn't have a kind of a clear plan, kind of like what Brady was saying. I would imagine we've kind of started to shift our trend to the freaky athletic tight ends, Jamari Johnson, Kenyon Sadiq, Keandre Harrison. But I think there's still a world where we have the Terrence Fergusons of the world, which is very similar, I think, to what Alex Olish can be. So, I mean, I think Harrison will still start over him though.
Yeah. Brody, we got a comment here I think you might be interested in responding to. Dan Lanning is a bum. He can't beat anyone except Penn State with James Franklin. I'm not sure if Oregon can beat Penn State without James Franklin. What's your response to that, Brody?
I mean, honestly, I didn't care at all. You can think whatever you want. You're just wrong. At the end of the day, we've only lost to the teams that have made the national championship. We're a great program. I have a tough time believing that whoever's program this is. I mean, he has Raiders in his name. If he's a Raiders fan, Bjorn, you know about being a Raiders fan, poverty franchise, and usually people that are making fun of successful programs like Oregon usually don't have much success themselves. So that's all I got for that.
Yeah. Well said, Birdie.
There you go. And Glenn Hanna, good point here. Only teams that ever beat Oregon end up winning the national championship. That is very true the last 2 seasons, and then 3 of the past 4 seasons as well. Washington ended up in the championship game.
And then Georgia won it.
Yep.
So it's like, I mean, sure. I mean, yeah, we lose to the really good teams, but all right.
Yeah.
Bjorn, you want to address that or?
Can't have that on the screen, by the way, Brody. Left tackle, we can keep moving on. I have Fox Crater. He filled in for Isaiah World against USC. Did pretty well. And then I have Zaire Addison as the backup. Do you guys have anything differently?
Nope, I have the exact same. I mean, those are kind of the guys. I mean, Zaire, again, highly touted recruit out of high school. Dude's a stud, but Fox Crater is clearly the guy. He got reps in right after Isaiah World, and he looked good. Honestly, he looked pretty good. It's kind of tough to say that you get your first real taste of action in the semifinal playoff game against Indiana, the team that ended up winning the national championship. But the dude, he's gonna be good.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of had some hot takes in my depth chart, so I put Emmanuel and Nacho over Fox Crater. Just for the culture, honestly. Stud 5-star coming in. Maybe Crater, isn't as good as we think he is or whatever. So I think he proved himself pretty well, but I just wanted to have some variety and some discussion. So,
well, he's just way too big right now. He weighs like 250. He's gonna get beat around the edge. I mean, we can just discuss as much as that, I guess. But he's
Nacho
too big.
He will be good, not right away though. He's kind of an Isaiah World. He's a project. He's a 5-star because he's got the size that nobody else has, and he has the strength. But he's a project. He needs some time to develop. I mean, he's like 6'7", 350 pounds. That he's not gonna be able to stop any quick defensive ends. So I don't. Maybe you could see him start at guard, but I don't know.
Yeah, I would say guard is like the position for him if he does start right now. But I don't see tackle.
I would agree. I feel like if he ends up starting at tackle, there would have to be a lot of chip.
The budget has gone up. The budget has gone up. Just want to say the budget's gone up.
Box right now.
I'm up in the box. Anyways, Brady, you were saying.
I was just saying if Nacho ends up starting, he'll probably end up having to have a lot of chip help because I feel like once he gets his hands on anybody, he'll be fine. But just keeping up with the speedy edge rushers will probably end up being a problem. So I can see him starting at guard. But yeah, I just wanted some discussion. So I put him.
Okay,
all right.
You could have thrown his name out there. You didn't have to start him.
Nah, we're going for it.
Okay, left guard. I have Douglas U2 and Kawika Rogers. I think this is a really close one. It was a close one for me. I'd give it to U2, but I think it's going to be a competition. It could be either or. I think it's 51-49. Brody, what do you have?
I have Michael Bennett, the transfer from Yale, sliding in the guard. I just think our tackles, whether it's Crater, Nacho, or Janoris, are just better. So I think he's going to end up sliding in the guard. I have Douglas U2 as my backup. So,
well, before I say mine, I just want to address this. I appreciate Black Raider Steel for leaving us a subscribe. Sad to hear that the U lost, and not big Mario Cristobal fans over here. So but at least you guys made it to the Natty, so that's something to hang your hat on, I guess. But thank you. Anyways, going to left guard, I have Kawika Rogers starting, and then I have Michael Bennett as the backup. I feel like with our guard position, it's really a toss-up between 4 guys. I mean, you guys named a bunch of guys on the on the left side that I have on the right side. It's again, our guard position is, it could be really any of four guys, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I decided to go with Queeker Rogers. The dude's he's a freak. He's a beast. Him and Poncho are going to be I think a force to be reckoned with up in the front there. But anyways, we can move on to the
center.
Center position.
Yeah, I got Poncho, and then I got Devin Brooks backing him up.
I also do have that as well.
I do that as well. Good job, guys. We just killed it.
There we go. Right guard. We're gonna have some disagreements here already. I have Dave Huey, and then I have Michael Bennett as his backup. I don't think he's gonna start. I think it's just a different ball game coming from Yale, and especially being a tackle. Like, he's not gonna start at tackle.
No, I agree with you. That's why I have Michael Bennett as the backup on the left side.
No, yeah. We're the same spot. I think he could be a swing. He could honestly be a swing tackle, swing guard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's a positionless guy.
Yeah, backup all around. He's all conference at Yale, so he's a good football player. But
yeah. I got Dave, and then I got Queeker Rogers backing him up. So I mean, similar to you, Bjorn. I just had a hot take with Michael Bennett starting at my left guard, but
we'll see.
I have still a lot of time.
Yeah, I got Dave Ewley starting. I have Douglas Utu. So you know what I mean. It's kind of the same four guys.
Yeah. Brendan, you missing practice, but
I did. I'm
gosh,
it's my flu game. All right, guys. I was not gonna be able to make practice.
Hey, at least you showed up for the pot, though.
Yeah, you would have went 0 for 2 in live ABs anyway. So
I probably would have.
Right tackle. I got Janoris Wilson, then I have Trent Ferguson. Yep. I think Iheanacho is going to be a factor here as well.
I don't know, man. Baby G is a beast, though. Baby G is a beast. Janoris Wilson's going to be – he's a dog.
I think he's going to start, but I think he'll start, but the backup spot is kind of a toss-up.
Yeah. No, I also have Janoris Wilson, and then I have Trent Ferguson. Sorry.
Yeah. Brody?
Yeah, the same thing as you, Janoris, and then Trent Ferguson. So
awesome.
Nice job, guys. You killed it. That's two where we agree on.
Alrighty.
Do you just want me to rip off the whole D line, Bjorn? Just like
no, I was thinking we can do a quick detour.
Let's go on.
I was thinking quick detour. I know I didn't tell you guys to prepare for this, and I quite frankly didn't prepare either. But I think it'd be fun to just predict who's going to be the kick returner, punt returner.
Okay.
We could each just throw a name out there. Oh, okay. All right, Brody, you lead it then.
Yeah.
I had Coy Parrish, and then I had Jalen Lott after. So
yeah.
Electrolytes. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but Coy Parrish, I think it's going to be pretty easily the returner, and then I think Lott will just be behind there just so he can take over after Coy goes to the NFL after next year.
Mm-hmm. I would have. Yeah, I'd have Parrish as the punt returner, and then I think it could be Dier Hill at kick returner because they've had running backs. No, Whittington was a kick returner last year. Just
Dier would be electric.
Yeah, sure-handed with the football too. And I think Dak Moore returned some punts last year. Jeremiah McClellan returned some punts last year, and then that was before Malik Benson kind of just ran away with it. But I think all those guys, Jalen Lott. Yeah, Jalen Lott's going to factor in there. There's a lot of options. Brendan,
I mean,
you just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of already touched on everyone. Like, it could be really any of those guys. I'm gonna, you know what? But I'm gonna say kick return. It's gonna be because we usually have two kick returners.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say punt return is gonna be Coy, and I'm gonna say kick return is gonna be Dier Hill, and I guess just Coy Parrish also. Might as well.
Yeah, Gatlin Bear is another name to throw in there because he's just a speedster.
Track athlete. I believe he was a really good track athlete.
Oh yeah.
He's a tall, explosive dude. He's kind of a Leak Benson type of return man. I would imagine. Just long strides. Dude can just outrun anybody. So
yeah,
could be a name to look out for.
Yeah. We can transition to the defense, and I'll just rip off the starting D line. The edges are going to be Tatum Tuioti and Mateo Uiagalelei. Tackles are going to be Bear Alexander and Amari Washington. They all returned for another season, 2026. All came back together. But I think the backups is where we could have some discussion. Brendan, who do you have? Who do you have on the edges? Let's start with there.
Okay, I'll start with the edges. I have Elijah Rushing and I have Nasir Wyatt. I think Nasir Wyatt's a shoe-in. I mean, the dude he would have started if, Mateo and, Tatum didn't come back. Nasir, if he's not on you guys' list, then you guys probably should quit doing this because that's just a terrible take. But Elijah Rushing is kind of the guy that I was a little bit interested in because he was a pretty highly touted defensive end out of high school, 5-star edge rusher. Dude's like 6'5", got the longest arms you've seen. He kind of reminds me of Kayvon Thibodeau. Just didn't really have much of he's not as strong as him. I remember when he first got on campus, he's a pretty lean guy, which I think he just needed to put on some size before he can become really an effective edge rusher. But he has a similar build to Mateo in that. Well, assuming that he put on some weight, he'll have a similar play style to Mateo as just a guy that can sack the quarterback. He's got really long arms. I'm excited for him. I hope that he's the guy. There's a few other guys you can throw out there, which I'm sure you guys will probably name that could be in there. But I'm going to go with Elijah Rushing.
Yeah, Brody? No, I completely agree with you, Brendan. I think Nasir Wyatt is going to get some serious run. Like, I think our edges are going to just be so much more effective this year because of just like the rotation that they're going to be able to have in the breaks they're going to be able to have. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Elijah Rushing like really breaks out and like is even challenging Tatum for more playing time.
Don't disrespect. I think those four.
Oh, I love Tatum. Don't get me wrong, but those four are like legit, like gonna be NFL guys, and so it's just like they're just so talented. And then Amari Washington and Bear Alexander at 3 tech and 1 tech respectively. Like there's just so much talent on this D line, so much versatility. New D coordinator just gonna be able to show off how creative he can be with that talent. So.
Yeah, the only other name, you guys nailed it, but the only other name that I would add is Anthony Jones, we call him Tank Jones, 5-star edge rusher. Yeah. I think he's not the biggest guy, but he's a speedy edge rusher, which I think he could be like a Nasir Wyatt, what he was this year. Comes in exclusively on third downs and racks up 3 to 4 sacks, something like that.
When I was watching,
but what about Anthony Jones, Bjorn? The new UCLA commit, Anthony Jones.
He will do nothing this year.
I don't think he'll play right away either. But no, Tank Jones is like some of the most explosive hands I've seen. I mean, like dudes, like his initial like push, as soon as he gets hands on the tackles, like there was a lot of times where he's putting dudes on their butt, which is impressive. Like he played football in Alabama, so it's not like he's going up against Oregon high school football 5A scrubs like me. He's going up against like dudes that are going to play Division I football. So he's got some talent, some serious explosiveness. Dude could have an impact, but I would say he might not play right away just because how much talent and depth that there is at that position. The edge position is pretty loaded, but he could do kind of what Nasir Wyatt did, which it'd be nice to have. If just more guys rotating in, the better. I mean. Get the QB. That's all I want. Just get the QB.
Yeah, I mean, Brennan, let's give you some credit. You're locking up some Florida commits back in 5A Oregon high school football. So
back in my day, I was. I was locking up those Florida commits. I was.
Yeah, D1 baseball player on the D line. So
left tackle position.
Yeah.
All right. I say we move on to the defensive line here.
The D tackles.
I just have D line. D tackle, D line, same difference. Nose tackle, yes, there's a difference, but not really. Unless you want to go with first, Birdie, you can be as specific as you would like.
Yeah, this is.
I got Jerome Simmons
killing
at
coach.
the 1 tech, and then Breland at the 3. So,
wait, who do you have?
D tackle. Jerome Simmons, the transfer, and then Breland at
Yep, that's exactly what I have. I just have them both listed.
Me and Brent are on the same wavelength. Bjorn, you guys.
We are cooking. No, Bjorn was with us. He was with us.
No. I don't have Jerome. I have DeAndre Robinson, UNC transfer.
Oh yeah, he was another guy, but
yeah, they're all going to be in a rotation, and we'll see how it plays out. We'll probably know who that spot's going to go to after spring
I hope
ball.
so.
But
That's ball knowledge. Antone's got ball knowledge.
there we go, Antone.
Yeah. I mean, D-line again. We all can agree though. Aiden Breland's going to be a stud. Like this dude's, he's going to be a beast. He's going to be so good.
Mm-hmm.
He reminds me a lot of
Absolutely.
Bear, but a little bit better, to be honest, than Bear. He's young.
Yeah. So we can move on to linebackers. I have I'll just go with my starters. I have Jerry Mixon, Devin Jackson.
Me too.
Jerry Mixon probably be the green dot. Hopefully Devin Jackson can step up for, we've said this like 3 years running, but we really need him to step up because there's not a whole lot of
there is one name. There is one name that I think.
Are you talking about the true freshman?
No, I'm talking about Gavin Nix. I think Gavin Nix could be that guy. Gavin Nix could be that guy and take that job. Gavin Nix is a stud. Like this dude, he's gonna turn some heads. I guarantee he's gonna turn some heads.
You know what, Brendan? I sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I went one step ahead of you. I said Devin Jackson. You've had 3 years to step up. You haven't stepped up 1 year. I put Gavin Nix starting Will next to Jerry Mixon as a green dot.
Hey, fair enough. Like I said, I just because of the seniority. Now I know Dan has talked about this. He does not care about seniority. If you're better and you're younger, you'll play. But I still do have Devin Jackson and Jerry Mixon as my two starters. But I have Gavin Nix as a guy who could definitely take Devin Jackson's job. But then my other backup is Braden Platt. That dude, he's him. He's him. Trust me, he's him.
That's fair.
Yeah.
You know, my other backup. Oh, sorry. My backup Will is coincidentally Will. I mean, we're friends with him, so I kind of gotta like put him in the depth chart. But
he's special teams.
The boy Will. Yeah. Shout out the boy, Soren's roommate. So.
I don't have Will, but I have Braden Platt and Gavin Nix as the backups. But another name to float out there is a true freshman, Tristan Phillips. Chris Hampton was talking about him today. He said he's Bryce Betcher 2.0. Just kind of touted his leadership off the field. Like he was kind of one of the first guys to commit, and he was kind of talking to other guys, getting them to commit as well. And he flies around the field. So if the defense coordinator thinks that highly of a guy, you got to listen to that. So.
He's a leader. Because I remember when I was like doing my research on him, my due diligence. That's one of the first things that they mentioned was that this guy is going to lead a defense, and that is exactly what we need. The dude seems like he's got a good head on him, so he's not an idiot, smart dude, and he's talented. He's not just brains. He's not just Jeffrey Bassa. Love Jeffrey Bassa, but open field was a scary place with Jeffrey Bassa 1-on-1. So I do that. That's a great shout right there. He could definitely play a role.
May not play right away, but I think in 2 or 3 years he could be the star of the defense in the
for
middle.
Sure.
Cornerback, Brody, do you want to go with this one?
Yeah, so in my nickel, I got the Ohio State transfer Aaron Scott starting with Naheem Offord getting some rep behind. Boundary side corner, I got Finney with Trey McNutt behind him. Then field side, I got Iffy and then Dorian Brew sneaking in behind him. I feel like, it's better usually to have your lockdown corner on the boundary side because you have a little bit of help to the field with your nickel and your safeties usually, shaded to the passing strength. So I feel like I'd rather have Finney to the boundary. But, I mean, too technical. But, yeah, those are my starters and backups.
Yeah, I have Finney and Iffy as my starters. I think Naeem Offord is going to rotate with both of them. I have Aaron Scott as the outside corner, not the nickel. I have as my nickel, I have the Baylor transfer, Carl Williams. He played nickel there a lot. So, yeah, the fourth. But I think he's going to fill that spot. And then behind him, I have Xavier Larise. He's been rising up the rankings a lot.
Huge riser.
Yeah,
I mean, he went up like 90 plus spot. 90 plus spots.
Mm-hmm. So I think he could compete for that spot as well. And then Devin Benjamin behind him.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, those are all kind of names I have. I mean, I have Finney, Iffy, Aaron Scott as like my starters, quote unquote. And then I have Oford, being in there, Devon Benjamin and Dorian Brew. I honestly thought Trey McNutt was more of a safety role, but I could be wrong.
Yeah,
I have him listed as a backup safety. Spoiler alert, but
positional
those are my
what Dan's going for. So I mean, it's kind of fair that in the secondary we're gonna have some debate between who's played nickel and safety and corner. So
yep, yeah. I couldn't agree more. I mean, especially with some of these. I mean, all the young guys we brought in. I mean, Finney, Oford,
unbelievable.
Iffy. I mean, Iffy's a year older than them, but Dorian Brew, Trey McNutt, like all of these dudes could play safety or corner, and they could definitely do it. I mean, even the guys we're bringing in this year, like Devon Benjamin, could be a guy that could do that. We'll mention his name in a sec. I will mention his name in a sec. Is Jet Washington, but
yeah. I think Antone brings up a point that I agree with. Corners left him a bad taste at the end of the year. That they got beat multiple times, but he's right. It was Indiana. It was 23-year-olds. It was number 1 pick in the draft. Elijah Surratt.
They're just older. They're just older, Finney, more experienced.
And Finney had problems with the ball. Finney had problems with the ball in the air all year. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing next season and like throughout spring ball, see if he improves that part of his game. Because every other aspect of his game is he's tight on everybody, no separation. So he's got it all in the bag except for that skill. So
I think that next step is what will kind of turn him into a Christian Gonzalez type of prospect. A top 10 corner, the size, the speed, the athleticism. But I mean, like Finney's a freshman, and like I distinctly remember watching Christian Gonzalez, and then you could literally leave that dude with half the field one-on-one. There was no separation, and if the ball was thrown that way, it was intercepted. Finney does not do that. Finney's great, but if he could turn into that in 2 years, which I have no doubt that he can, then some NFL GM is going to be very happy looking at their draft board, seeing that Brandon Finney is still there.
I remember watching CG with you, Brendan, and just like anytime it was thrown to him, it was complete. You're like, that's the greatest catch I've seen today. It's just like,
he was unbelievable. It almost felt like he had more interceptions than completions allowed. Obviously, that's not true, but I mean, that's what it felt like. I mean, ball was thrown in his direction. Teams, for whatever reason, loved to test Christian Gonzalez when he was here at Oregon. I mean, he had like 8 interceptions. It was kind of like to the point where you're just like, what are we doing? Why are we throwing in his direction? Like, it was baffling, but man, was he good. So I hope that Finney can develop into that, same mold of player.
Yeah, that's a good point. So we can move on to safety then. This is the last position. I have Coy Parrish and Aaron Flowers. Flowers was kind of a tough decision. I don't think he stood out. Like he emerged last year with all the reps, but I don't think he definitely was terrible against Indiana in the semifinal. He got beat multiple times. And I have Jet Washington pushing him. Peyton Woodyard is also in the mix there, and then I have Trey McNutt behind Parrish, but I think Parrish has got that spot nailed down.
Yeah, no, Parrish is definitely that spot. That other spot is kind of the question mark for me. I'm not super high on Woodyard. I mean, I'm sure he's a great dude, great athlete, great football player. Not super high on him. I don't think that he'll ever really start at Oregon.
Yeah, I agree, Brendan.
The next one, like Aaron Flowers, is just so hit or miss. Like he had a good year, but he was impactful for sure a lot of times. But there was a lot of times where I was like, dude, what are we doing? And I don't know if that was just him being young. He needs a little bit of time to, have that in-game experience. But there are some safeties who can take his job for sure with McNutt and what's his name, Jet Washington. Like those dudes honestly wouldn't be shocked if they start right away over him.
Yeah.
And Aaron Flowers was a starter all year. Dude was a starter on the top 5 team in the country all year, and he's going to lose his job. Which is crazy. That just shows how much talent we have coming in.
We'll see.
I don't think
he's still a super talented player too. But
no, he probably won't lose his job. But I'm saying like there's a world where that does happen, which is just it's a testament to show how well Dan recruits. He does a great job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I at free, I got Flowers and I got Carl Williams behind him, and then at strong I got Coy and then Jet behind him. But I do think there is a possibility where Coy moves back to free safety, and Jet, just like being as talented as he is, tries to fill in that Thiedemann role from last year. Being that hybrid linebacker in Tampa too, or whatever, like whatever he needs to be, like that versatility guy, like. He could absolutely be pushing for playing time and take Flowers' spot.
He's a big dude as well.
So,
he's like 6'4", 210 as a safety, that's bigger than Will Thiedemann.
Yeah, I think this comment, it's a nice exercise. I think we could, if you guys want to each, like, we could pick one guy and go around.
Starter
though, enter the portal.
I mean, we didn't really lose any starters in this last one. I mean, sure, you can say Dalen Austin, but I don't really blame the kid. I mean, the dude had some legal troubles here. Not his fault. The jury has decided.
Well, this isn't saying that we did last year. It's just asking, who could. I'll put a name out there. I think I don't know. I'm interested to see the running back committee, how that goes. I know Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton had that going for 3 years at Penn State, but that's not a normal thing where two highly ranked guys stay together.
I mean, Travion and to be fair, Judkins and Travion did it for 1 year, but that worked out pretty well for them. They're both they were great in the NFL. And
second round picks.
And and you also have to realize running back is one of those positions where if you want to be successful in the NFL, the less miles you have on your legs,
100%,
the better. Right? And if these two dudes produce these next 2 years together, there's a world where they're both, top first or second round picks as running backs, and they will have, 7-8 year long careers in the NFL because they've been protected by being in a committee. So hopefully they're smart enough to realize that. I mean, these two dudes are very talented. There was a very small amount of buzz that Deere Hill might enter the portal or Davison might enter the portal, but no, those guys shut it down. They understand the goal here in the agenda. They want to win, and I think they're in a good position to win and also just be successful. Our pro potential here at Oregon is top 5 in the country, if not top 3. I mean, there's really not a lot of other programs that do what we do, and I think Bama is one of those teams they're ahead of us, but they could definitely take a step back. I mean, they don't have as much talent as they used to when Nick Saban was there. Just DeBoer is not that guy. DeBoer is not that guy. I'm calling it right now. In 2 years, Lane Kiffin will be the head coach at Alabama. Once DeBoer gets fired for losing to Auburn, once DeBoer gets fired for losing to Auburn and going 8-4 again, then he's going to get fired. Bama fans are not going to be happy. And then Lane Kiffin's going to get a phone call like, "Oh, you want to offer me $80 million?"
My God. How did we even get to this? Bro. We get to this once every couple pods somehow. You get to say in this tape.
I just need people to hear my.
No. Hey,
all right. Okay.
Let me bring it back.
I'm gonna go.
Okay. All right. You got it.
I'm gonna go. I would say if there's any starter that I think might go into the portal next year, is one of the receivers. Our receiver room is very deep. There's a lot of 5 stars. I'm sure we'll get another 5-star next year. We have Lott, we got Bear, we got Dak Moore, we got Dylan Gresham, we got McClellan. Someone's going. Maybe 2 people. There's no way that they're just okay with being the 4th or 5th string receiver every year. So,
first name on my mind though is McClellan. To be honest with you,
yeah,
I think
me too.
There's, he's what he'll be he's a redshirt sophomore this year, so he'd be a redshirt junior. Eastie would go to the league, but say Gatlin Bear becomes a stud or Jalen Lott becomes a stud. Dak Moore hopefully takes another step forward. He's kind of that 4th guy still in there, and he could really go impact another team. I mean, the dude's talented. He's very good. I mean, we've seen some of his catches that he's made. He has the it factor. It's just a matter of if he can, prove it. But I agree with Brad. I think one of the receivers is going to leave, which I think is valid. It's fair.
I think if McClellan doesn't have a great year, regardless of next season, the 2027 season, if he's left with a kind of a bad taste in his mouth of play time, anything like that, targets, I think he could just he could be one who goes in the portal before the playoff run. Unfortunately, we saw that happens. So yeah, I just wanted to float the running backs as just a possibility, something I'm monitoring. But yeah. Okay.
So we're doing our draft or what?
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to address that comment? Yeah, we can do our draft. So for
it's
this
just
one,
a fact. I don't need to address it.
Are we doing so are we gonna do 3 guys?
we can do 2. We can just do 2. So let me explain it real quick. So we're gonna be drafting who we think are the top yardage leaders in 2026, which is yardage being rushing or receiving. Passing yards would be just kind of too much because Dante's going to throw for 4,000. But it was really bunched up rushing, receiving yards last year with the running backs, receivers. So I think this is kind of a fun one that we could do.
We should do a top 3 passing leaders list because
like
we probably would have had like 5 last year. No, I'm talking about Oregon. We would have had what Dante Moore, Austin Novosad, Brock Thomas, Cooper Perry. Throw out some real hot
names.
Oh
my gosh,
Luke Mogan. That's what I'm saying. Next time we got to do that. Get real rambunctious in there.
All right, we can do that next time.
Okay.
I can go number 1. I don't think I've gone first.
It's been a while
yet. This is a first pick is kind of tough.
You volunteered.
No, I know. I'm looking at my list. I think I would go De'Aaron Hill.
Okay.
Oh, you're so lame. You're so wrong.
I think it's De'Aaron. He eats up yardage. I think Davidson is probably going to have 2 times as many touchdowns. But I think the receiver room is just going to be so bunched up.
Yeah.
And I guess we should say that for running backs, it's just rushing yards, and receivers
not rushing and
receiving yards.
Oh, I thought that's why you take De'Aaron Hill.
Oh, I mean,
because then obviously he's number 1.
Do? It's too late now.
I said do both. I say do both because that gives Dak Moore some more value because he gets some rushes.
I also say do both. So 2 out of 3. Yeah. So De'Aaron Hill is my number 1 pick.
Okay,
that's fair.
Fair enough. Brady, I'll let you go second, or do you want to go third? I'll let you pick.
I can go. I'm gonna go Davison. I just think he has elite contact balance, elite vision, elite. I think he's gonna be a first round pick running back. Like he's an absolute stud. I think he'll have 1,200 yards next year. So I'm excited to see what he can do in his sophomore campaign. 1,200 total, like 1,000 receiving.
He gets like no reception.
1,000 rushing, 200 receiving, or like 100 receiving.
200 receiving is a lot to ask.
1K rushing. We have like 5.
I think he gets it, dude. Whittington's gone.
Brody,
he's gonna be the future back. He's gonna get 18 carries a game.
How much did Bucky get a couple years ago?
He had like 13, I think. Brody, let me offer you a comparison. So Trayvon Henderson, Quinton Judkins, they each had 1,000 yards, but they got over it in the national championship game in their 15th game. So I just don't see.
Okay.
If Jordan Davison has 1,200, De'Aaron Hill's gonna have like 600 or 700.
Okay, you're freezing right now, but listen, he's gonna get 18 touches a game. Like I guarantee, between him and De'Aaron Hill, they're gonna get 35 touches a game. Like there is no way. Like he's gonna get 18 touches a game for 14 games. He's gonna, if he's averaging 5 yards, he's getting 1,200. Like, he's getting at least 200 touches. He's getting 1,000 yards.
I think you're the one lagging, not us, bro.
Yeah, I'm not lagging. The comments
we're on the same Wi-Fi.
Whoa, Brady, calm down.
Oh my god, dude!
Davison is just a fullback. I don't see him getting any carries next year. He's just a fullback.
No, listen, I think Davison will be good, but 1,200 is a bit ambitious. I do think De'Aaron Hill is gonna outproduce him yards wise.
Okay, well,
right,
when it comes out on FanDuel, I'm putting a band on it. So
yeah, okay.
You don't have a band. But,
look at those betting history.
Right,
I don't know if you guys want to tell Brady. Okay, all right. I'll go with my pick now. I'm gonna say, give me Iverson Hooks. Iverson Hooks. I could see him being our Tez Johnson guy. there is a world where he goes over like 1K yards. He could hit 1,200 yards. As a receiver,
1,200.
I mean, that's what Tez did. Actually, Tez had 1,400.
Yeah.
Tez had a lot.
Tez had 800 his last year, but he was hurt. So we'd have to look at his junior year. But
yeah, no, his junior year he was crazy. He did an absurd amount of yards.
Yeah,
but I mean that's what I'm saying is that he could fill that role where he could easily hit 1K yards receiving, even could go over it. But he also could. He's a boomer bust type of guy for me in this position. I probably should have taken him with the next pick, but it doesn't really matter. My first and second round pick are the same thing.
Yeah,
since we do snake drafts around here. Is a fully healthy Evan Stewart a pipe dream? Yes, Evan Stewart is. Do you guys want me to get on my tangent about Evan Stewart right now?
I don't know.
Real quick.
I would disagree with that. But...
And then I'll...
2 minutes. It'll be okay. Okay, my next pick is gonna be Jamar Johnson. Jamar Johnson is gonna be a safe 700 plus yards. You just can't turn that down.
And then with my next pick, I'm gonna pick Evan Stewart because it's a patella injury. Like it's tough to come back from. Like in a year was almost never gonna happen. Like he might have been back for the national championship. He's gonna have another offseason to recover.
So why are you taking him?
Like he's a stud. He's a profound talent. I absolutely think he's gonna be healthy and back, and he's gonna just be that receiver that.
Okay.
That we've been missing for years.
Freddie, here's my rebuttal. What is Evan Stewart's being back? Go look at his production numbers. Tell me 500 yards, is that being back? Is that guy? Evan Stewart has never been the number one receiver on his team.
He's always had the talent, and Dante Moore is the quarterback to get him that talent.
Okay.
I think Evan Stewart walks into
everyone's always been talking about.
Brody, fix your Wi-Fi. I think Evan Stewart
I'm on the same Wi-Fi as Brendan.
Brody, Joe.
Okay.
I would say Evan Stewart walks into 700 yards. That's my take.
Yeah, good take.
I mean, I guess.
So for mine, I think
hold on. Let's not act like 700 yards is like a lot of yards here for a receiver.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, I mean, if you look at last season,
my yards are worth like 1.5. Tight ends are completely different. So like,
we're not doing tight end premium in a yardage draft, buddy.
I had to push for you.
Hey.
I mean, no, I have the first spot in the round here. Sorry, Brandon. Brandon Gilbert does seem to lag often. I think blaming us earlier. He was like, sorry, Bjorn, but you're lagging too much. I can't hear you.
Yeah, he said I was frozen. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, Bjorn, you can have your last pick. Who do you got?
All right. Yeah, I think
it's pretty obvious.
The hot take would be Jeremiah McClellan, but I'm gonna go with Dak Moore. That's the safer one. I like that Deer Hill Dak Moore combo. I wouldn't say that I necessarily won because that 6th spot's kind of tough, but
I mean, but like realistically, there's a world where like Dak Moore and Deer Hill are our 2 best yardage leaders by far.
That's true. He was the leader in receiving at week 5 or 6 before he got hurt before the Iowa game. He was right up there. So
yeah. We'll see about our receiving room. It's everybody is talking about it's one of the best in the world. It's one of the best in the country on paper. We will see. Again, it's a lot of in theory. I'm a huge Justin Herbert fan, so I know a thing or two about hypotheticals. So on paper our team is great, but we'll see. We'll see in practice. I'm hoping that Iverson Hooks can be that Tez Johnson guy. Somebody like if you go back through the Oregon receivers throughout the years, it's been Troy Franklin, Tez Johnson. Like 3rd down and 7, the ball's going to Tez Johnson. 3rd down and 7, the ball's going to back shoulder fade to Troy Franklin. 1st down every time. I'm hoping that Iverson Hooks he's that kind of guy. He'll be just super shifty in the slot and just finds a hole in the defense. Which he could definitely do.
Yeah. Alrighty. If we don't have anything else to say, we can wrap this up. So thank you guys for listening and watching the Oregon Ducks live on the Voice of College Football. Until the next
that budget